Hey everyone, I hope you guys are having a great time tonight. Do me a favor though, and thank your house party hosts for opening their homes to you, because whether they're nearby right now or you tell them thanks on your way out, you've got to know that these families love, and I mean just absolutely love, students and teenagers like you, and they want you to encounter God tonight. They're the greatest, and I'm so thankful for them. I remember back in 2013 when I began thinking of getting engaged. I remember how wild it was to finally be making a decision like that. I remember meeting with Emma's dad and secretly meeting him for lunch without Emma finding out. I remember my plan and all the preparation that I'd made to make it the most perfect engagement ever because Emma was entirely deserving of it. It had to be the best. I remember our wedding day. You probably don't know this, but I almost lost the rings. It was so crazy. My best man and I couldn't find them anywhere, but thankfully I just forgot them in my apartment. I left them on the kitchen table the night before. Crisis averted. That was scary. And I remember our friends and our family being there, and I remember it being the most magical day ever. I remember we had breakfast for dinner. Oh my gosh, you guys, French toast, omelets, bacon, waffles. You guys, it was amazing. I also remember the moment in our ceremony where I was asked if I commit to be with Emma forever, responding proudly with, I do. Right? You've heard that before. I do. Can you remember an I do moment in your life? Maybe when you decided to commit to a university or become team captain or club president. Maybe it was when you submitted an application to work somewhere like Chick-fil-A or McDonald's or somewhere else. Maybe it was when you got your cell phone or your license. An incredible amount of privilege and responsibility was given to you, and you told everyone that you could handle it. You said, I do, and you rose to the challenge. Get this, being a Christian is a lot like that. When you make a decision for Jesus to follow him and give him your life, you're essentially saying, I do. You're saying, look, I've counted the cost. I've come to my senses. I'm committing to you, to this. I'm all in. If you're a Christian, I believe when you made that commitment to follow Jesus, you said, I do to him. You stepped up and you stepped into a new life. A new relationship. You're essentially lighting your light, your lamp, for the first time. And now it's burning bright for everyone around you to see. Jesus tells us in Matthew 5 that we are the light of the world and to let our light shine. That's what we're talking about this whole month. We talked about it all night at Motion Night. And if you haven't watched that, go back to our YouTube and watch February's Motion Night. Do you ever wonder if your light is working? When I was a teenager, I definitely did, and I still do from time to time. But I also know that Satan is a liar, and the voice in my head is oftentimes less positive and encouraging than the truth found in God's Word. And I need to remind myself of those truths constantly, that I'm the light of the world, which can feel like a lot of pressure at times too. But catch this. When people are looking at me and they see the good things I do, they shouldn't see me necessarily, but instead, they should really see Christ in me. That's why we're bright. Christ shining through us, not KJ shining on his own. Apart from Christ, you guys, I'm a mess. But with his help and his grace, I shine brightly. I have the ability to shine brightly for others to see. The best time for people to see your light shining for the Lord is not when everything is going great, but it's in the tough and challenging and hard times. That's when people are looking and watching. That's when they're really paying attention. They're asking themselves, do you respond the same way I do, or are you different? Ephesians 5, 8 through 9. Says this, and we talked about this at Motion. Paul says, for once you were full of darkness, but now you have light from the Lord. So live as people of light, for this light within you produces only what is good and right and true. So when the students in your class fail a test, or get grounded by their parents, or receive some really terrible news, they respond in a variety of ways. I'm sure you know what they are. But us, you and I, Christians, believers in Jesus, we're called to be different and respond in different ways. We're called to be light, you guys. This is when you really shine the brightest. Instead of cursing, we can give blessing. Instead of selfishness, we show selflessness. Instead of getting our way every time, we serve others and their interests instead. Instead of arguing, fighting, or bullying others, we honor and uplift others. I'm telling you, when you said, "I do" to Christ, this is how you put your "I do" into practice. So shine bright, because not only is the world around you darker than ever before, the future is brighter than ever before because of the work Christ is doing in you. I see it and I believe it. Man, this series has been incredible. But don't forget that next week we've got First Wednesday. And I'm beyond excited for that. We're about to enter into a new season as a church, and I'm telling you, this upcoming First Wednesday is a can't-miss night. Trust me with this. So be there. We're sharing some exciting vision that I can't wait for you to hear about. So have a great rest of your night. Thank your leaders for being here. Thank your hosts for having you, and we'll see you next week.